Yo, social media. I have recently deleted a lot of them, a lot of apps, a whole lot of apps. And um yeah, this is kind of what it did to me. It might be underwhelming. Oh my God. Hold up. I need to rebind that key. I know I'm gonna hit F. Okay. So, yeah. Also, you might be able to tell when I say some words, but I got Invisalign like 2 weeks ago, so it's a really bad time for me to just like wake up and decide that I want to make YouTube content for the first time. So bear with me. I'm gonna sound super silly when I say words like I just said silly there, and it just sounds so weird. But yeah, anyways, my dentist would hate me if I took off my Invisalign to like record a video because I'm supposed to wear it 22 hours a day. Blah blah blah. So I'm gonna keep it on, and I'm gonna do my best to talk coherently like a normal person. So yeah, let's go. My history of social media apps. I feel like I was never like a super big social media person, so maybe it was just easier for that reason. For me to delete social media. Like if you're not as attached to something naturally, it's just easier to get rid of it, which makes a lot of sense, and that might, like keep that in mind. Listen to what I have to say with a grain of salt, knowing that fact. But I still think there are things worth noting that I think are very valuable and that I think people can learn from. So, the social media I wanted to start with was TikTok. TikTok was, I mean, and still is like a huge social media app, right? Like people love it. People love their short form content. I did at one point, and I had TikTok, and I love scrolling and consuming content. And I guess my reasons for deleting social media, as you will be able to see later on in the video, kind of fall into one of two buckets. Either like I recognized that that particular social media was bad for me, or that, I just wasn't using it. And for Instagram specifically, I think it falls into the bucket of, sorry, not Instagram. I'm jumping the gun. For TikTok, I'm not editing this, by the way, so yeah. Anytime I screw up, y'all are gonna know. Um, so anytime that can I, does an axe not break this faster? Okay, whatever. But TikTok was one of the social medias where like I was aware that it's bad for me, you know. Um, I'm aware that consuming short, rapid fire videos is not great for your attention span. I think a lot of people are aware of that. I think you've probably been told it multiple times, and I think there's some truth to it. And that's why I decided to delete it. So yeah, I mean, like I remember like back in college, I had a TikTok, and I remember this very very vividly. I would be like lying in bed. It'd be like a weekend, right? I wouldn't have lecture or anything in the morning, and I'd be lying in bed. I'd wake up at like a reasonable time. Sleep schedule was completely screwed up in my last year of college, but we'll pretend like it wasn't. So I woke up at a somewhat reasonable time, and then I would like say I woke up at like 9 o'clock, right? Never actually happened, but we'll pretend like it did. I woke up at 9 o'clock, and then I would like just lay in bed, be laying on my side, and I'd just be scrolling TikTok. And then before I knew it, like it'd be 11 o'clock. 2 hours have passed. I'd just be doom scrolling for 2 hours. What did I learn? Like nothing really. I might have found like one good meme in that scroll session, but yeah, point is like I wasn't really getting much out of it, and I was just wasting a lot of time. And I realized that time is your friend, and you should be spending your time very carefully. And that's why I deleted TikTok, because I was like, this sucks, man. Like, I don't like wasting this much time. I'd say I deleted that, I think, within like the past 2 years or something like that. So fairly recently, honestly. These past few years have kind of flown by. But yeah, it really is fairly recently. Okay, next one is Instagram. I will say specifically that I have never been a big Instagram user. I got one of those accounts that's like, I mean, my account's still active. I got one of those accounts that's like, 192 followers, 185 following, with like no posts. You know, I think y'all can probably relate to that. I'm sure, like at least some of you guys have a similar account. But like, yeah, I was just one of the people that used Instagram purely to either like talk with my friends in DMs or in group chats, or I would use it to, I don't know, occasionally browse the explore page, scroll reels sometimes. Actually, no. Before, like, to begin with, I didn't really scroll reels, but more on that in a second. And then also just keep up with like brands or musicians that I like, right? Those were my main reasons for using Instagram. And I think those were all valid reasons. And after I deleted TikTok, I realized that I started scrolling reels after I deleted TikTok. I was just like going from one short form content platform to the other. And deleting Instagram, I think, was a bit harder than deleting TikTok, right? Because TikTok serves one purpose and one purpose only, and it's very clear what that purpose is. Whereas Instagram kind of serves multiple purposes for me, so I kind of had to weigh the the downsides of deleting the app. I was like, oh shoot, if I delete it because I'm watching too many reels, like I'm also, I'm not gonna be able to talk to whatever friend I have on here, and that's what I initially thought. But as time went on, I kind of thought to myself, I was like, hey, like I feel like if I don't keep in touch with a friend outside Instagram, why not, And after I kind of thought about it, I was like, wait, like the friends that I do keep in touch with on Instagram, I have other means of reaching them. Like it's not like if I delete Instagram, I'm just like ending our friendship, Like I think that'd be kind of ridiculous if that was the case. Then I feel like you'd have to evaluate like why are you friends with this person? But yeah, anyways. So yeah, and then at one point I was like, you know what? Like I'm gonna turn notifications off. And then it went from like, okay, I'm gonna turn notifications off to just like I might as well uninstall it because I'm like barely opening the app, frankly. Like anyone who I would normally be talking to was like I had other means of reaching them, like I said. So yeah, deleted Instagram. That was, I'd say, within the past year. And then let's think what else. I never really used Twitter or Facebook. I'm like my early 20s. Why would I be using Facebook? I oh, good one. Like that happened kind of recently. Snapchat. And you might be thinking to yourself, why? How did you end up deleting Snapchat last? And honestly, I don't know either. I think I think with Snapchat, I genuinely just forgotten about the app. Like it was on my phone. I had notifications off for the longest time. And even if I didn't have notifications off, like I wouldn't actually be snapping anyone. I would snap like one of my online friends. But then I would also have other means of contacting him. So it's like, like there's like no reason for me to have the app and I actually just forgot I had it. And this was like honestly in the past month I just deleted Snapchat. I was like, dude, I'm a grown adult. Why do I still have Snapchat? Like in my head, I just associate Snapchat with like high school. I feel like it's just like a high school social media. And if anyone watching this is a grown adult using Snapchat, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to like attack you, but that's just how I see it. I feel like Snapchat, it's like, why do I need the feature that is the selling point of Snapchat? Like why do I need whatever I send to someone to erase itself from existence? Like it's just like kind of a weird concept to me now. It's like why do I need to do that? Like what do I have to hide? So that one was more of like that one was like I'm not using this. It's not really like detrimental to me in any way, but it's also just like, yo, I feel kind of almost like embarrassed to have this. And again, if you have Snapchat and you're an adult, whatever, like to each their own. But that's just how I see it. I'm like, there are so many better social media platforms that I can use. Like I don't need Snapchat. And yeah, like honestly, most of my contacts on there, like 90% of my contacts were high school classmates that I just didn't talk to anymore either. Um, So I was like, yeah, like I think this is a no-brainer. I'm just gonna delete it. It took me so long to hit that chicken. Wow. Yeah, I need a boat across this. But yeah, next one. I don't actually think there's a next one. Yeah. So the downsides of doing this, I guess. Hold up, let me sleep. The game's just interrupting my train of thought right now. Downsides, I think one of the downsides I mentioned with Instagram was like, like I used to use it to keep in touch with, or not keep in touch, but like to what's the word? What am I even looking for here? The word is to keep up with like musicians, like their concerts and stuff, or like brands that I like, that sort of thing. So that was the main reason. Okay, so turned around there. That was the main reason for keeping Instagram, and I agree. That's like kind of a downside. Like I don't have I don't have a way that's as easy to like see, like if a band I like is going on tour. I don't have like a super easy way to see that now. But it's also like not that bad. Like there's other ways to find it. You have the whole internet at your fingertips. Like if you really want it, like you will go out and find it. I think that's like a big theme that I learned. Um, what are the downsides? I miss out on memes that my friends send me. That's low key a big one. Like the memes over the past 6 months that have spawned on the internet, I am so out of touch with. And as a member of Gen Z myself, I feel an obligation to like keep up with all these memes. And I do my best, but like without Instagram, it is rough. It is so rough. But I think it's a small trade off. It's a small price to pay because I think there are a lot of upsides, right? And people have probably like told you all these already. Like I would be shocked if this is the first time you've heard people talk about the upsides of getting rid of social media. But like less doom scrolling, like I said, no more spending 2 hours in bed in the morning rotting away scrolling TikToks. Better focus as a result of that on like other aspects of my life. Like I work full time. I think focusing at work is important. Being efficient, I think, is a really big goal of mine at work. Spend less time at work if I'm efficient, so I can do other stuff. What else? And then yeah, like I was saying, like doing other stuff, right? Like if you're not spending so much time on social media, you have time to do other things. Like I started like learning some new things. I go outside a lot more. I just do stuff that doesn't involve me being on social media, and I think that's a really good thing. That being said, I don't think it's fair to say that like social media all in all is a bad thing. Like I think social media is great. I think it's really powerful. Like, I'm literally on YouTube right now talking to y'all because YouTube exists. Like YouTube is also a social media platform. And yeah, I don't think it's bad. And I think like anything in moderation is good. Except for select few things. But most things in moderation, I should say, are good and are completely harmless. I just think that some social media apps are like designed to be consumed not in moderation, if that makes sense. Like TikTok is designed to have you continuously scroll. Like it is designed to make it very hard for you to stop once you start. So I still use social media. I'm just very selective about the social media that I do use. And I think that's like a really good I think that's a really good way, or like a good thing for everyone to implement. I think you should be selective about not just social media, but like everything you consume. So like I don't know some examples of social media that I do use. Probably like a bit more obscure because they're more specialized. But like for example, Strava is a big one. Like I I I go to the gym. What the heck? Why is my boat not moving? Um, hello. Okay, I clearly don't know how to play this version. I don't know if y'all have noticed. Um, but yeah, one example is Strava, which is like just like a physical activity, sort of like social media app. Like you can log your like runs, your bike rides, your gym sessions, basically any like sort of exercise you do. You can log it and you can follow people, like their workouts, whatever. That's one that I use. I actually got one yesterday called Belly, which is like a it's like a restaurant rating social media app. Um, One of my friends put me on because we had dinner. I had dinner with him and a couple buddies yesterday, and yeah, you can just like you can like rate restaurants. You can like discover new restaurants. You can like rank them, and you can like see other people's lists. I feel like it's fun. I like it's something I enjoy doing. I like trying new restaurants. Um, so yeah, that's a cool one. Um, and then I don't know what else like dating apps, if you count that. Like I'm not like addicted to dating apps, I swear. um but I mean, like, yeah, I've used them, and like all other social media, like you use it in moderation, but the difference between these social media apps and like the Instagrams, the TikToks and Snapchats and whatever is, I feel like they serve one purpose, and it's not like, at least to me, it doesn't feel like you can really be like addicted to these social media apps in the same way that you could be addicted to like Instagram or TikTok or something. Because it's like I feel like the apps themselves just aren't built to be used a lot. Like, how are you addicted to Strava? Like, if you're addicted to Strava, that just means you're like addicted to like working out, which is like, oh no, you're addicted to being outside. That's awful. Um, so it's like these apps by design, I feel like, just aren't designed to be like to keep you coming back. I think dating apps are the exception. I feel like I could talk a lot about dating apps, but I feel like dating apps are like, yeah, you definitely can be addicted to dating apps, um, if you like pay for whatever, like the premium memberships and stuff like that. But I feel like if you're just like a normal, like your average user of these apps, like you're not gonna be addicted to them. Like you're not gonna be spending hours on end every day. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Like that's why I think these social media apps can be justified. And yeah, and I think it's good to have social media. I feel like having, holy crap, these don't stack. Okay. We're social people. Obviously, like, you know, talking face to face is better than being on social media, but there are times where you just can't do that, and you need to just use social media to connect. And I feel like, I text people. I have iMessage. I can text people. And I recognize that there is a lot of fun in social media. Like, yeah, like I mean, it's simple as that. Like, there's a lot of fun in social media. Um, so that's why I do still use some social media. And it's also just a good way to like keep up with people that you don't talk to often. Um, so yeah, I mean, I recognize that social media is like a very positive thing if you use it right. But yeah, that's just kind of the the realizations, the epiphanies, if you will, that I've come to after not having, um, after uninstalling a lot of social media. But yeah, that's what social media does to an MF. Comment other stuff that you want me to talk about. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing this, but yeah. Yep. See ya.